full of pure vibes. So nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise. So nice, so nice. Hey, we got so much to lose, yet so much to prove. Hey, Virgin Island teachers never raise no fool. Mama sent me school. Hey, when it's difficult, we still a push through. No matter what the blessings of we continue. We are a people of great value. That's why we stick together like tamarind stew. Aye. Remember Queen Mary, we make the fire burn. And Edward Blyden with the Africa vision. Remember St. John with the slave rebellion. General Butler say emancipation. That's why the place nice. So nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice. So nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes. So nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise. So nice, so nice. Hey, we got so much to prove, yet so much to lose. Hey, Virgin Island teachers never raise no fool. Mama sent me school. Yeah. St. Cry produce the band Midnight. And them the kind of roots make the fire ignite, yo. Julian Jackson was a champion in the ring. I know him 3 son, them a do the same thing, yeah. Tim Duncan come from the VI, one of the greatest, and the world can see why, yeah. If you ever ask me where I'm from, born in a Virgin Island, and the whole place nice. So nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice. So nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes. So nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise. So nice, so nice. The Virgin Islands nice. So nice, so nice. Rock City sweet and nice. So nice, so nice. Twin City full of pure vibes. So nice, so nice. Love City a real paradise. So nice, so nice. Hey, I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side, yeah. St. Thomas and St. John and St. Cry. Nothing can come between us but the waters that divide, yeah. Even though we're just oh yeah, Virgin Islands nice, so nice. Sure. I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side, yeah. St. Thomas and St. John and St. Cry. Nothing can come between us but the waters that divide, yeah. Even though we're just a few square miles, I travel around the world with Virgin Island pride, yeah. A lot of people still going through strife, and still we live a joyful life. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, we got so much to lose, yet so much to prove. Hey, Virgin Island teachers never raise no fool. Mama sent me school. Hey, when it's difficult, we still a push through. No matter what the blessings of we continue. We are a people of great value. That's why we stick together like tamarind stew. Aye. Remember Queen Mary, we make the fire burn. And Edward Blyden with the Africa vision. Remember St. John with the slave rebellion. General Butler say emancipation. That's why the place nice. So nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice. So nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes. So nice, so So much to prove, yet so much to lose. Virgin Island teachers never rise no fool. Mama sent me school. Yeah. Send crime produce the band midnight. And them the kind of roots make the fire ignite, yo. Julian Jackson was a champion in the ring. I know him 3 son, them a do the same thing, yeah. Tim Duncan come from the VI, one of the greatest, and the world can see why, yeah. If you ever ask me where I'm from, born in a Virgin Island, and the whole place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas, nice, so nice, so nice. Sing cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. The Virgin Islands nice, so nice, so nice. Rock City sweet and nice, so nice, so nice. Twin City full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. Love City a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side, yeah. St. Thomas and St. John and St.
All right. We're gonna get started.
Oh yeah, Virgin Islands nice, so nice. Sure. I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like
We'll
the
get
African
started.
side, yeah. St. Thomas.
Wonderful. If all of our guests could turn on their cameras and we'll come on screen. Wonderful. Is that everyone? Okay, great. Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone here on YouTube, and we're also sharing the live on Facebook. And welcome to a special Community Connect today. Normally, we're on Facebook Live, but this is a special Community Connect where we're officially launching our Spotlight on Students series. Commissioner, welcome to you. My name is Cynthia Graham, Director of Public Relations for the Virgin Islands Department of Education. And we are going to be talking today, a very exciting program we have today with students from the Aviation Academy at the St. Croix Career and Technical Education Center. And along with their instructor, their flight instructor, Mr. Ira Williams. So we're super excited. We're going to get into that very quickly in a little bit, but I'm going to turn it over to you, Commissioner, if you want to, I guess, sort of introduce everyone else who's here with us today. We'll do a little bit of tag teaming today, Commish.
Absolutely.
And then we'll continue.
You know, it feels good, Cynthia. I think I'm going to have you host every week. Welcome, Virgin Islands community, to Community Connect, a special Community Connect that we are broadcasting live on our YouTube page. Give us a little love on our YouTube page. You know, we are in the 2.0 era, and it's all about social media to make sure that we connect with all of our audiences. Here today, we have an exciting Community Connect because it is very futuristic. It talks about the preparation of our students who will one day fly us not just from isle to isle here in the Virgin Islands, but across globally around the world. Yes, we are talking aviation. We are talking flight, and the VI Department of Education is definitely taking flight today. Here with us, I will start with Dr. Bastian, who is representing the St. Croix District as Deputy Superintendent. Dr. B, we are flying high.
Definitely, and I love to travel, so I look forward to Mr. Gordon and Mr. Where is the
Alexander?
Alexander, and taking me exactly where I need to be. I know as we travel back and forth inter-island, we often hear about the shortages when it comes to pilots. And trust me, they are seeing you and they're going to be reaching out to you. And if they don't reach out to you, we're going to reach out to them. The St. Croix District, we're extremely proud of you both, Mr. Williams and your successful academy, under the leadership, of course, of Dr. Gordon. We at the district, we are super proud. We are taking flight. This is just the beginning of what we're capable of doing, and I look forward to the expansion of this program. Mr. Williams, we have had students and parents reaching out to the superintendent's office, inquiring on how they can become part of this program. Just as a little transparency, even my son asked me, like, how can I be part of this? I wanted to tell him he don't have space for anything else, but I tell him I will find out and I will provide that information to him. So our students are watching. Our students are actually proud of you, Mr. Alexander and Mr. Gordon. Continue to take flights. You know, the sky is the limit and you guys are already up there. So just continue to do well. And just know that the St. Croix District is right behind of you, supporting you. And you have our full support. We're very proud of you. We're very proud of the work that's happening under the leadership of Dr. Gordon and Mr. Williams, the instructor. And continue with your successful aviation academy.
Awesome, awesome. And I know you do have another meeting that you might.
Yes, I am multitasking,
yes.
2 meetings at the same time, but just know I may not be here for the entire show, but just know that the St. Croix District has you 100%.
Thank you so much, Dr. B. And before we dive into the meat of this discussion, I want to introduce a very important person here with us today, Ms. Smith, Ms. Joseph Smith, our policy advisor representing the Office of the Governor. How are you today?
Good afternoon. I'm doing very well. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Gentlemen, congratulations again on behalf of the governor. He had a meeting, but he said he was going to try to pop in if he could, but I did not want to miss it. I wanted you guys to know that you're on his radar. He is super proud of you guys. He loves innovative things like this. So you guys, he's really looking up to you and looking forward to having you pilot one of his planes, because sometimes he has to charter. So maybe we'll make that arrangement.
Absolutely.
Super excited. I have an uncle who was flying locally since he was 16. So, and he still flies to this day. So it's an awesome career. You guys can do very well with it. It's very versatile. So congratulations. And it's a pleasure to be here today.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. And we know Governor Brian, he is always send a link. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to try to get on. Just send a link. So we look forward. Thank you for representing him here today. I know if he could have been here, he would have been here. Dr. Gordon.
Very pleasant good afternoon to everyone. I'm just beaming from ear to ear and I haven't stopped smiling. And so, yeah, we're extremely proud of both Carlos and also Silas for accomplishing a huge feat. I remember when they did their solo flight, I asked, Carlos was the first one that got his done. I'm like, what was that like taking off and having to land when you looked over and didn't see your instructor next to you? I mean, that would be nerve-wracking for me. And Carlos was like, I realized I've been practicing all along for this moment. And I said, I got this. And they did well. And just recently, and they'll talk more about it, they flew over to to Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, and then back to St. Croix at night.
Woo.
Wow. So we're very proud of both young men and their seniors in high school. And guess what, gentlemen? I've been in communications with Hampton University. They're impressed and they want to partner with CTEC.
Yes.
Round
of applause. Thank you so much for your leadership at CTEC, Dr. Gordon. So much to talk about as we prepare our students to lead tomorrow, truly. That's what we're doing here today. So today's all about aviation. And you know what? We are all here because we're a product of someone or several persons touching our lives. Those special people are teachers. And I'm a teacher at heart. Before I say I'm Commissioner Berry Benz, I'm a teacher. And here with us today, we have Mr. Williams. How are you, sir? I'm bowing. Thank you for your work. Excellent job. And you deserve all of the praise here today. for touching and impacting these young men's lives. Tell us about your work.
Good afternoon, to everyone. It's all about our students. You know, I did my share, I get my piece of the pie. And what excited to me is to depart some of the skills that I have and to the new generation. And it's all about our students. And our student is what makes me proud, makes us proud. And the quality of these young men that want to achieve such a goal is an excitement for me, for the Department of Education, for our community. And I love it. I love what I'm doing. And I enjoy them. They're like my sons. And I just wish we can continue this behavior some more. And as I said again, I want to expand it to the double minority as much as possible. Our young female aviators. I know we have a lot of them out there. Believe they can't do it because of economical constraint, but we can do it again and again. And we can repeat it over and over if we are willing to work with each other.
Absolutely.
Welcome, Mish.
100%. Go ahead.
Yes. Before we introduce our students, unless you had something else to say, I was going to play a little.
I think you're going in the direction I was. Go ahead.
Awesome. Before we introduce what I want to call our guests of honor, if you will, we're going to play a quick video clip. Earlier this week, we released a very nice 13-minute video of featuring our two students and Mr. Williams. And so we're just going to play about 5 to 7 minutes of that video clip. If you haven't seen it yet, it's right below this live feed. You could watch it in its entirety on your own time. And so let's just get a quick introduction of these two amazing young aviators.
Well, what first piqued my interest in aviation was a visit to the Air and Space Museum back in, I think, 2018. At that time, I just moved to St. Croix, and I was chosen to go on a trip close up to Washington, D.C. And on one of those days, we visited the Air and Space Museum in Virginia. And after, walking around, touring, seeing all the different what happened was Boeing set up a place where there were different stuff about aviation, and while interacting with all those different things, then I just kind of fell in love with it. And then from that moment I realized maybe I should become a pilot.
What first piqued my interest in aviation was my mom. She used to work at Seabourn down at the seaport in Christiansted Harbor, and I used to always see the aircraft landing and departing on the water, and that would started my interest because I like aircrafts.
I have been enrolled in the CTech aviation program for about 3 years now. What I have learned in the program is basically it started off with the components of flight's characteristics, Newton's laws of motions and how they affect an aircraft in the air. And as I progressed with the class, we began to learn about flight, how to maybe plan a flight, whether different regulations a pilot needs to follow, airspace. And right now, which is my 3rd year in the class, I am preparing to take my written exam for my private pilot's license.
I've been in the CTech aviation program for 4 years. I started in 9th grade, and the first thing we did, when I started in the beginning, we did aircraft mechanics, which was dealing with the engine. We just did engines, and then 10th grade to 12th grade, we started on the flying side, and that improved my learning to where I am today. I did my first solo on October 17, 2021. I did not know I was going to solo. The instructor just told me we were going to do a traffic pattern, which was like you take off, make a right parallel to the runway, come back in, you land. So that's what we did. I did 3 of them, and then we landed. I secured the aircraft, everything, and then he just told me that I'm going to do my first solo. I did 3 takeoffs, 3 landings, and yeah, I would always remember that day. Knowing that the instructor was not in the aircraft, I was like, okay, yeah, I have to make sure everything is perfect. I have to make sure that I do everything on point because like I don't have the instructor there to help me. And then I took off, made my right turn to come back to the runway. I did the pattern, and that's when it hit me. I looked right, I saw no instructor, so I was like, oh yeah, now I have to really do this. I came back in, landed, and did 3 of them. I talked to the tower, did everything perfectly.
I took my first solo flight on October 1st this year, and my experience was great. It was I don't know how to describe it. You know, the first time going up without the instructor and doing the takeoff and landing on my own. It was a very wonderful experience. I did something that's called a traffic pattern. It's where you take off, you make a right turn of about 90 degrees. You make another right turn, you fly down parallel to the runway, and you make 2 more right turns, and then you come in for a landing. And after landing, then I had to taxi off the runway, taxi onto the taxiway, and do all of that again. So that was what I did for my first solo. You know, I know I will have great experiences after this one, but I think, you know, this one goes down as the best so far. And, you know, at first I was very nervous when my instructor told me I was gonna solo on that day. But then after, you know, a few minutes, I realized that I had to pull myself together, and this was something I've been training for. And I had to just go out there and do what I've been taught, and, you know, all the skills that I've mastered, just follow along with it, and, you know, just go through the procedure. So from the training I'm doing right now, the end goal is so I could get my private pilot's license. And after following this solo I just did, then I have to do a cross-country solo where I go to maybe Puerto Rico and St. Thomas, and then come back here to St. Croix. And I also have to do some night flying as well to get used to, you know, different situations at night. And all those trainings is after I'm done with that, then I do my check ride, and once I pass, then I'll become a private pilot. Well, my instructor, Mr. Ira Williams, he is a great instructor, I must say. From the first day I met him up until now, you know, the first day I met him, it was, you know, like how every instructor is with a new student. You know, he didn't really know much about me, and like he just knew that I had an interest in aviation, and he used that, and, you know, he formed it into something great. Something great. And with him, he always I guess pushed us towards what we wanted to do. You know, he gave us a little bit of each. You know, he taught us the mechanic side of aviation, the flying side, and, you know, with that he kind of used our passion and turned it into what we're doing now. And my interaction with him has been great. You know, We communicate well. He understands me. He knows me very well. That's how now he's able to, give me this opportunity to fly with his company and, get my license.
My name is Aaron Williams. I'm the CTEC, Korean Technical Educational Aviation Instructor. My background in aviation started extensively. I graduated at Pamplona Academy of Aeronautical Science. I tell Old Dominion University in Aeronautical Science. I have extensive amount of years as an aircraft mechanic in the United States Navy and also as a weapon engineer. So I handle a lot of jet propulsion, rocketry.
Thank you so much. Now, Mr. Williams, we are starting with you. I want to hear all about the great work instructing this program before we turn it over to our honorees today. Tell us a little bit more about your background. Talk to the people of the Virgin Islands. I want to thank everyone for tuning in live on our YouTube. Thank you for bringing all of the comments. Go ahead, Mr. Williams.
Good afternoon again, and I'm excited about what I do for a living. And my experience is very extensive, and my stone of cap is sharing, I said again, my experience with the new generation of aviators. So from the airline point of view, military aviation, come back home, do some civilian aviation. Now I'm teaching at Complex. If you ask me what is my capstone of my career, is sharing my passion with these young aviators. So let me feel like I'm gonna live another 500 years. and that's what it's all about. It's like I'm shaping tomorrow.
Yes.
And so that is my capstone right there. And so it's not about me anymore. It's about what they can achieve. So I'm like living an extension through their life. That's why I see it today. So they're taking my legacy to the next generation, and I'm proud to be part of something that keep on going.
Trust me when I tell you, I get it. You're a teacher. And that's the feeling and excitement and the reward, really, shaping lives and truly seeing the fruits of your labor. And, life is a cycle and it's never going to change. We bring children into the world. Our job is to care for them and nurture them through their development. This is all part of it. In this case, you are helping to shape the next generation of pilots here in the Virgin Islands who will then spread their wings abroad, and be ambassadors of the Virgin Islands, to show the great work and training that they have gotten, the foundations that they've gotten here in the Virgin Islands. So I want to thank you, first of all, for teaching and choosing to teach. That is the only way that we keep the cycle of life going. So with that, drum roll, please. It's all about our pilots here. Is it okay? Is that okay to call them pilots?
Well, be honest with you, it's more than excited because they are part of less than 1% of the human population, the human family. We are less than 1%. So you're different. Can you walk on the wings of the wind? You just do things that nature says you shouldn't do.
Yes. So I'm going to call them pilots. You guys are our pilots, okay? And when you get that certificate, that certification and your pilot license, we're going to be right here rooting and cheering for you. So and with that, go ahead, Mr. Williams.
I'd like to share something more excited about what we can achieve.
Go ahead.
And I was telling my junior class this morning about the test scores, right? We cannot get those test scores from universities, 98% FA written exam. You're talking about folks leaving universities with $120,000 student loan and have to take the test 2 and 3 times. And why do we have our student walking there and pulling a 98 first shot around? It says something different. It says that we can do it. It says that we are in control. If we can duplicate this behavior a little bit more often, and they're gonna walk into University 27 College Credit immediately. You're industry certified. You're not coming. Truth is, they will be teaching some of their professors at the university.
Mhm.
These guys are extremely advanced because the instructors are limited in one area. These young men are walking there engineering. They know a lot. I mean, if you figure out what they know, you cry. I laugh because I see myself fly, just fly away. You know what I mean? It's I can never die again.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, I am so excited that you took the time to point that out, because it's very important. It's very important. And on that note, you know, Virgin Islands community, you've heard me talk about the VI Department of Education transforming for quite some time. That I shared my vision of transformation from 2019, and that still stands true today, because STEM education is at the base, is at the core of our transformation. It's important that every single Virgin Islands child has a STEM education at their foundation, but that's a systemic wide initiative at the VI Department of Education, because these are the end results. And the research indicates that the jobs of tomorrow require 21st century students to have a STEM education. And that's exactly what you're pointing out, those engineers. I'll share a little joke with the Virgin Islands community. And I have a little nephew. He was 3 years old at the time. And he was in my family room playing with some Lego blocks. And one of my adult family members passed by in local terms, local dialect, and said, "Oh, man, I see you as a Lego man, just so." And the 3-year-old responded and said, "No, I'm an engineer." Well, we couldn't catch ourselves. And we were so proud of him because, of course, no one expects that from a 3-year-old. But I say all of that to say, STEM education is at the root of our future. And the future of learning, Virgin Islands community, we're not waiting on it, it's here. So when you talk and you hear us at the VI Department of Education release the vision of this department, we ask for your support, because when you support us, this is the fruit right here today. So Mr. Carlos Alexander and Mr. Gordon. Mr. Gordon, I'm going to start with you. You've been in the program for 4 years. Congratulations, and your story is inspiring. You said your mom worked at Seaborne Airlines, and you just enjoyed those seaplanes taking off and landing. Tell us all about the feeling. I want you to describe the feeling that you had as a youngster watching those planes, those seaplanes.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. The feeling that I had watching the seaplane land and take off, was like, wow, I could be the pilot of that aircraft. It was just fascinating watching this aircraft just landing, departing. I enjoyed watching it every day.
I could only imagine. I could only imagine. And did you talk to your mom a lot about aviation and flight at those times?
Not really. I just used to love when she brought me to a job to watch the planes. And then, like, as I grew older, I realized, like, yeah, I want to be a pilot. And for sure, being a pilot, like, nothing else could have changed my mind.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, tell me a little bit about when you enrolled in Complex, your high school. Tell me what exactly, when you started your aviation classes, what component did you enjoy the most? There's several stages that you went through. Do you like the mechanical? Do you actually like the art of flying? Do you like the problem solving around it? Do you like the theory in the classroom? What's your best part of this experience?
Okay, so the best part of this experience was actually learning about both sides of the aircraft, like the mechanic side and the flight side. I enjoyed learning like how the different types of engines work, and for the flight side, like how you could fly the aircraft.
What when you got in the air, how did your tummy feel?
It felt like regular. I didn't have no fear or anything.
I don't know how I would have made it. You're a true pilot. You're a true pilot. Well, I would have had butterflies.
No, I agree, Commish. It's wonderful to know that these aspiring pilots, they don't have any fear of being up in the air, right? Because it would be Mr. Williams, it would be problematic if there was a fear of heights, right? So this is wonderful that to hear Silas said he had no fear going up in the air that first time.
Well, I'll tap into it. Is what it was. It's about the preparation, how we prepare them, and to understand the mechanics behind of it, the laws of physics. And they go through it over and over, and when they realize I can manipulate it. So they walk up to an aircraft with the idea that I can manipulate this. Okay. And to me, that is exciting because I reach a point where I feel very comfortable. Two-legged, like I said, I feel comfortable. I can send them out there. I can say, go here and come back. And it's a joy. And I know they feel excited knowing that, hey, as much as I yell at them in class, now I'm like, go do this gently, you know what I mean? Yes. And so I become the butterfly.
Yes.
And
done the hard work up front.
Yeah, no, I know I'm become the butterfly, and I'm setting off my tigers. Go get him.
Yes.
I love it.
Go get it. Yes. So that's what it is. So it's been flipped.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was one point, I was dominating them, and now I'm saying, dominate the sky.
That's right. You've done your work up front. We've instilled those values and principles and way of learning and how to take control. Technology was created by man, and it has to be in control by man. So on that note, Mr. Alexander, who became inspired through exploration, through a school program. And that's the power of Virgin Islands community of travel. Tell us more about your experience, Mr. Alexander.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
While growing up, I wasn't around aircrafts all the time. And where I lived in St. Lucia, it was quite far from the airport. So, I didn't get the chance to see an aircraft that often. But when I moved here, where I live now, I could see the aircrafts taking off. And, one question I always had was, how can this huge piece of metal stay up in the sky for an extended time? So when I was chosen for close-up and I visited the Air and Space Museum, when I was interacting with the different exhibits, there was one about flaps. There was one with air blowing and a miniature aircraft, and you could actually manipulate the controls and see how the aircraft reacts, and then after that, then I realized, I would like to learn more about this, and I could actually see myself doing it when I'm older.
And your comment about, hey, I'm here. The instructor is not around. You have to pull yourself together and get it done, right?
Yeah.
That is true. It's similar to a mother bird and her young chicks, and she has to throw them off the ledge, and the only thing they can do is take flight, fly and flap those wings. And you've had enough training and education built in, actually, and you didn't realize it until that moment. So go ahead, Ms. Graham.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to reiterate that, and to Mr. Mr. Williams's point, that when Carlos said in his interview that he had to pull himself together, right, and realize the training that he went through with Mr. Williams. It's like, okay, what they say, proper preparation presents faulty performance, right? So he pulled himself together, and the same thing what Silas said. Silas said he looked to his right, and Mr. Williams was not there, and he just said, okay, I got to get it done. I have to make sure it's perfect. So these young men relied on the training that they had. So I just wanted to re-emphasize that. So that's wonderful.
Awesomeness. So, Mr. Alexander, what are your aspirations? Do you want to fly commercial flights? Tell us about your dreams.
Well, my dream is to be a commercial pilot and hopefully fly for American or Delta. That's the end goal. And like Mr. Williams, I would like to own an aircraft of my own.
Awesomeness, awesomeness. And you know what? Maybe as you continue in this on this career path, on this journey, so you never know. You might want to become an astronaut. You know, you might want to continue further. You know, so I look forward to hearing all of the great things as you continue on this journey, and as you grow. Maybe your vision might change, your aspirations might change, and also remember to come back to your complex, St. Croix Educational Complex High School, and give back. That's what we do. We have to teach future Virgin Islanders to make sure that our quality of life here in the Virgin Islands, our home, has an educated populace, so that we have the best quality of life and we contribute to the Virgin Islands and abroad. Having said that, let's get to the man of the hour. Dr. Gordon, you must feel very proud at this moment.
I'm extremely proud, and kudos to both Carlos and also to Silas and of course Mr. Williams for putting us on the map, so to speak. And like I said, I did reach out to Hampton University because they do have a fantastic aviations program, and I shared with them the fact that hey, our students are getting 98% on this industry level certification exam for the FAA, and that got their attention. And so we do have a Zoom meeting this week, Thursday, as a matter of fact, to continue the conversation as to how Hampton University can partner with CTech to move this program even further, where students then can sit in an interview with American Airlines, Carlos and Silas, and also Delta, because the Dean of Engineering mentioned that. And so that's a strong possibility, because you're leaving high school not only with your high school diploma, but also with an industry certification in your hands, and you're also going to have your pilot's license. So you're entering as a freshman in college with all of those tools behind you. You're way advanced than the freshman students entering into the university. So that has piqued their attention. And so you're going to be hearing more information about Hampton University and some other universities that are very curious and interested in this place called CTech in an island called St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. We're talking. And so there's more to come.
Awesomeness, awesomeness, and congratulations to you and your leadership at the CTech. I'm super proud. I know Superintendent McGregor couldn't be here with us today, but trust me, he sent his congratulations, him and Deputy Superintendent Ms. Ericelda Atley Herman, who also could not be here today, but we've had numerous discussions around your success, both of your success in this program, the great work, Mr. Williams, of your teaching. Thank you so much. And I think we do have some more questions. Ms. Graham?
Yeah, I wanted to pull Silas Gordon back in. Silas, tell us a little bit about your aspirations, I think, for after. By the way, both of these young men are seniors. Silas attends Central High School. He's a senior at St. Croix Central High School. And Carlos is a senior at the St. Croix Educational Complex, and they both attend the Aviation Academy at CTech. Did I get that right, fellas? Awesome. So Silas, tell us a little bit about your aspirations for after graduation.
Okay, after graduation, I plan to attend Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Daytona Beach, Florida, or Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. I also would like to extend my knowledge and my learning in those colleges to get either my commercial or my corporate pilot license.
Fantastic. And Carlos, I'm going to bring you back in here. So there's a quite a number of steps, Mr. Williams, and correct me if I'm wrong. There's a number of steps that you take that the students go through in order leading up to the acquisition of their private pilot's license. So with all the training in the classroom, the theory and everything, then they do the first solo flight, which I believe Carlos did on October 1st and Silas on October 14th or 17th.
The 17th.
17th, okay. And then recently, one of the next big steps was to do the written pilot's test. Carlos, you recently did yours. tell us about the experience. Number one, you had to fly you had to fly cross country to do it. And then tell us about the score that you did on that test. You guys, you have to hear this.
Okay, so when I arrived there, of course, before every test, I was just a bit nervous, but not as nervous as when I did my solo flight. So I've been practicing the test for a while, so I knew what questions to expect. And
wait, Carlos. Carlos, 1 second. When you say you arrived, where did you go to take the test?
In Isla Grande, Puerto Rico.
Hold on. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you flew. That was your first cross-country flight? Well, no, one of two.
Yes, that my second cross-country flight.
Awesome.
Woohoo! Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that. So you flew to Puerto Rico for this written test. So tell us about the test.
Okay, so like I said, I was expecting some of the questions. It was a total of 60. And there were a few questions I wasn't totally sure about it, but you know, one skill that Mr. Williams has taught me is to just eliminate the answers that doesn't seem close. So that's what I did. And you know, I wasn't expecting such a high score, but based on how I did in the practice test, I was really proud of myself when I got that. And I knew that Mr. Williams, you know, he was really expecting 100, but a 98 is good too.
Yes, that teacher has high expectations and should.
We'll take a 98.
Well, you know,
woo.
I'll tap in there. It is part of what it should do. I think we should push our students to the point where they can take command and control. And when they look back, they can see the milestone they achieve.
Mhm.
And that was all about. The bar is being raised, and CTEC going to produce the world's greatest aviators. They're going to walk into university, extremely advanced, well-educated. They're not going to go there for others to educate them. They're going to be there because it requires them to be there for time. These guys going to walk in the university teaching the professors, you know. The professor going to have a whopping time. He'll be like, I really promised them that after the first year, they're going to be instructors there to finish up the time.
Mhm.
That's
And
really
you put it into existence, you believe it, and so it shall be.
Yeah, because what they already know, be honest with you, you freak out what they already know. And if anyone in aviation go neck to neck with them, they're going to believe that these guys have some little computer chips in the back of the head. You know what I mean?
Dr. Gordon, you wanted to chime in there?
Right, no, just to piggyback on what Mr. Williams is saying, at CTEC, we have set the bar high. The standards are high. And so we need to move forward in the 21st century. We don't want to be stuck in 1995. And I've said this a number of times to the faculty and staff. That's when CTEC and also the complex high school was built. We need to move forward. And therefore, the standards have been, the bar has been set really high. And I'm very proud of the faculty and staff and the students who are attaining to that high level. And that's how we're going to be judged and how others are going to judge us. So we're going to continue to move forward doing that. We're going to be the standard by which everyone else is judged.
That's it.
And we're not turning back.
That's it. Thank you so much for that. And that competence, knowing that competence and confidence in CTEC, and of course, our lovely teachers, competent teachers at the St. Croix Educational Complex. And of course, you and your assistants, Dr. Gordon, for your leadership.
Over at CTEC. So we have the Educational Complex High School, you have St. Croix Central High School, and they both share their students with us over at CTEC.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I said Educational Complex. I'm sorry.
But we love Educational Complex and we love Central High School.
My apologies. And you know what? I stand corrected. I didn't even realize that I said St. Croix Educational Complex. Principal Moorhead will thank me for that later. Career and Technical Education Center. Thank you so much, Dr. Gordon. You guys are phenomenal. You're an inspiration. Please know that you are inspiring other young men and women to at least ask, I wonder what is aviation thing about? That's just what they're going to do. I wonder what is aviation thing about? That's what you're doing right now. You are impacting the lives of others. So know that you're a big deal, okay? I want to encourage you to continue to dream big. Know that the world is in your hands. Anything you want to accomplish, you can and you will if you stay focused, stay determined, and stay the course. Congratulations to all of you. We are here rooting for you. Continue the great work at CTEC, and we will be looking forward to celebrating your next milestone. Virgin Islands community, I want to thank you for tuning in, and of course for sharing your comments in our comment section by congratulating these two amazing, competent, and skilled students at the CTEC Center, a Korean Technical Education Center on the Big Island, St. Croix. Thank you to our public relations team, Dr. Ms. Graham, to you and your awesome staff. We have Mr. Ezron Brooks, as well as Mr. Ricky Joseph, all of the great videos and artwork that you've been seeing around this initiative. It's from their talent and skills. So thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you on another Community Connect. And again, this is actually the launch of Spotlight for our students, Spotlights on our students. It's a new program in which we will be featuring now that we're getting back to business. It's nothing like socializing. We need to socialize. COVID, we are done with you. So we have Spotlight on Students, and that's where we will be bringing and showcasing and highlighting all of the great work that our students are doing. So thank you so much for joining Community Connect. We look forward to seeing you next week, where we have superstar male students again to celebrate. Thank you, Virgin Islands community. Bye-bye.
Last but not least, I just want to, everyone that's joining us, if you did not see the full video featuring these young men, it is the full video is actually right underneath this live feed. So take some time after this live feed ends and watch the video and get to know these young men and send them your love and support. So thank you, Commissioner. Thanks to all the guests for joining us, and to our students. Keep up the great work.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations and thank you so much. Check out our course catalog where you can see all the information about aviation technology at CTEC on pages 39 and 40.
Shameless plug. Love it.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.